Thanks for the resub, Erilyn. 21 months, that's not a multiple of 6. But yeah, thank you so much for 21 months. Hope you're doing well. Okay, Erilyn. I actually slept, which is quite late. I actually slept quite well, so for a change. I went to bed early for a change. A bit more well rested and recharged, which is good. Go with a different. I think if I did a normal standing pose, I could do this within an hour. And starting streaming a bit late. The thing is that Zenison Zero patch came out last night or early in the morning, depends on where you live. Thinking, should I stream Zenless later today? Just raid myself and go into Zenless. I don't know how long the content is. Lately, it's been quite long. Just surprising. An echo. That's not an echo. Hearing thing. Yeah, I'm a bit concerned. It's getting around 6, 7 hours. Usually it's like 4, 5 hours. I could do one stream now. It takes me 2 streams. Because the thing is that I'm gonna be meeting up with Arya tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Thursday, and Johnny and Andy as well. But I do plan to stream before I meet up with them. We're gonna be meeting up for like drinks only, like I don't know, like tea or whatever, hot chocolate, whatever. That's it. Which is like whatever. I mean, going in, been like a year or so for her. So it'll be nice to see her. Good to see her, especially if they're from a different from here. But that would be. But yeah, I think we're gonna be meeting up for like maybe half an hour, 1 hour tops, and then head back home. And we're meeting up at 8 o'clock in the evening. So yeah, I plan to stream till about 6, 7 o'clock at the latest, but ideally around 6:30 at normal time like these days on Thursday. So I'm worried that I might not be able to like finish in time if I stream tomorrow and Thursday. I mean, technically there is a Friday stream, so I could use that for Zenizone Zero to finish things off. Ideally, I would like to finish in 2 streams, and then Friday will be some more shenanigans in AI. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see. That's why I'm tempted to do it today. If I do some today, because lately my gaming stream has been long because of the BokuMARCho. Do them during the day, right? So I tend to do somewhere between 2 to 5 hours, 6 hours stream if I really did knock it out the park. The BokuMARCho. If I want the hand, a long arm. Yeah, we'll see. Hey, IT. Yeah, it's a bit late. Yeah, 8 o'clock is a bit late. That's the time that she's due to arrive, so it could be even later. It could be even later. That's the scary thing. I hope there's not going to be much delays. Roll. Jackie says zoinks. I almost say I don't remember Jinkies. Daphne. Is it Daphne or Daphne? I always say Daphne. Says Jeepers. What does Fred say? I'm sorry. Who the fuck's Fred? Who's Fred? Yabby dabby doo. Flintstone. Me the Flintstones. Wait, wrong show. My memory is bad. I didn't watch Scooby Doo much, if I'm honest, Heidi. The blonde guy. Oh, you're right. Yes. There is a. I was saying earlier, I didn't watch much Scooby Doo. It wasn't really my type of show, type of cartoon. If I'm honest, it wasn't really my type of show. It was like whatever. It was I guess. It was I. Her head's tilted. Hard to figure out. Yeah, let's make it a bit. The only reason why I'm picking her is because I felt like all the other characters seem kind of simple. It doesn't help that she's an angle though. Wasn't there Scrappy as well? Was Scrappy like, let me add him? I feel like Scrappy was the let me add him kid. but I may be wrong there. I'm just figuring out how to draw her hair. Something that looks simple, proven to be quite difficult. Uh, doing here. I don't think she has that long hair. Didn't Scooby Doo have like a reboot, remake show? And it was more tailored to the, let's just put it politely, modern audience. Modern audience. Shaggy is probably the most iconic Scooby Doo character, more than Scooby Doo. Yeah, I looked at Scooby himself, and I was thinking, would he look good as a BokuMARCho? And I wasn't too sure. That's why I skipped past him. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have drawn doggos already. It's not like I haven't drawn dogs before. I drew Repeat from Tales of Vesperia. I don't like the hair. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me just flip it and sketch it, and we can see through here. Something so simple as that. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna settle with it. Bring it back here. Hmm. Shaggy's the most mean character in the series in a good way, not in a mocking way. Was he? I don't know much Scooby. That's everything done. Obviously, I'm not gonna rush this, but I do reckon, uh, on paper, in my head, I think I could. If I didn't make the pose harder, I could have easily knocked it out in one. But this might take me under 2 hours, though. That's my guesstimate. We'll see. She doesn't wear glasses. Daphne, no, not Daphne. Velma wears glasses. The only reason why I chose her because she has some stuff design bit to it. Velma, I think her name was Velma, right? She looked very simplistic, right? She has like an orange jumper, probably a red skirt and glasses. That's it. That's the reason why I didn't pick her. Shaggy was even worse. He's got what? Hair, maybe a beard, or some fluff. Is it a green shirt and a brown trousers and brown pants and that's it? That could be like half an hour. you know, so I felt bad. Thought I'll spend more time working on these. Hmm. Because at least with Daphne, she she has a scarf. She has that hairband thing. There's a bit of stuff to it. But yeah, I didn't watch enough to form an opinion on these characters. They're like whatever to me. I don't even know who my favorite characters are. If I'm honest. Have you guys have a favorite so far out of the 21 BokuMARChos that you guys seen? I think my favorite so far is might have been day 21, the Samurai 7 one. That one was pretty good. I was actually really like that one. I mean, I think there's quite a lot of good ones. Quite a lot of them, and it turned out much better than I'd anticipated. Focus more, yeah. Oh, one minute. No, 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 that's right. That's right. It's still. Just morph out the. Okay, so she wears. Hopefully, it's long. I didn't watch Scooby Doo the movie because wasn't Freddie Prince Jr. Daphne was Sarah Michelle Gellar, Buffy. and I don't remember the other characters. I only know Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr. I don't know if it was any good or not. Bit of sketching now. Hmm. Yeah, so I'm still thinking whether to stream Zeniths Zero today or not. If I do, it's literally right after this, so I might just bring you guys over. Wait. Sorry if the music's too low now. Probably because I'm. Let's make it a bit slightly different on both sides. Hi Mango, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. hair. Hmm. I was talking earlier that I was thinking of. Oh shit! I just realized I do the arm, and then she has like some sort of scar. Yeah, we're still deciding whether pictures. Seems like the hair covers it. Hmm. We'll see what we can do. Try and work. They do have like noodle arms though. Probably give them thicker arms. I don't know if you guys been watching the Ludwig Michael Reeves tip to tip journey in China. It's it was it is exactly a shit show, but it's been something. Definitely been an adventure. To be to be call it. The Japan one was definitely less cringe. I think because they're a bit better in Japanese than Chinese. But yeah, it's uh, four fingers. In other news, what's that YouTuber name again? Tom Scott. I think he's back now. Is it? Pretty good. Guess he had a break. I thought he like quit, but maybe he's just having a break. I didn't watch his video, his comeback video, so I don't know what he's saying, what to expect, and his plans moving forward. But I think he took like a 2 year break. Hmm. Oh shame. Can't really see that properly. think if I don't stream Zone Zone Zero, I might actually finish off on another BokuMARCho. When I say finish off, I mean like coloring and stuff like that. I've done one already. I might do another one today. Oh yeah, I was gonna DM you about that as well, Erilyn. Thanks, yeah, thanks for remembering. I was gonna remind you sometime this week. Because last night I was thinking I might have to ask someone to give me some lines. Yeah, yeah, the weekend's fine. Yeah, I'll still be preoccupied with the BokuMARCho stuff, but yeah, I should be thinking about that soon. So yeah, thank you for thinking about it as well. Feel like legs kind of thick. Have a look at those shoes. Shoes are quite pointy. Okay. Cartoon doesn't have. I'm gonna draw it. I wanted it more. case, then doing a separate layer, I can always retransform. This looks a bit too. Ooh, you want to continue listening, watching? Okay, I'm happy with the shoes. Hi, Ernesto the gamer. Morning. Guess it's morning for you. Come in. Hmm. I think that's fine. Let's go. Hmm. How long has it been? It's been 45. Yeah, it's gonna be about 1.5 hours maybe. You know, there was this other project I was thinking of doing. Mm. It's not a long project. It's a really short one. But I was thinking of maybe it'll be more YouTube shorts than long form though. I don't know how many of you guys actually watch YouTube shorts. I imagine not too many. But yeah, the plan was to have like I draw like one stroke, one line, one stroke each day to draw something and have people guess what it is. So I was thinking either I could draw as like a BokuMARCho fan art or someone, or I could just draw something random like a puppy, a box of cereals or bowl of cereals, a rucksack, whatever. I just do one stroke each day until someone gets it, and then um we move on to the next thing. So what I plan to do is draw it fully, but layer each layer will have one stroke. So like day one, I just reveal layer one. Day two, I'll reveal layer one and two. Day three will be one, two, and three, and so on and so forth. And like people can like guess what what it is. I think could be a fun project. It doesn't have to be a BokuMARCho, but it could be a BokuMARCho fan art if I really wanted. Really wanted to. And then maybe the winner could get a request or a suggestion. Yeah, maybe not a priority request, but like a suggestion. So if they suggest, like, I don't know, I can't think of anyone on top of my head, but if they suggest someone like, I'm thinking of a character I haven't drawn before, like Snake from Metal Gear Solid. If they want to suggest Metal Gear Solid from Snake from Metal Gear Solid, then yeah, I'll draw it. Down to draw Snake. I think that could be fun, a fun exercise. I'm trying to figure out who else draws that we know in the community. I need to ask someone for. I'll probably ask Mango another time. Maybe not this month. Maybe the month after, or in 2 months' time. Also, I did mention I did mention it in the week 3, no week 3, week 2, I think. But I decided not to add it into the video. I was thinking maybe we'll start it in Erin's one, but I'm also gonna have to show the previous 2. So you know how I'm getting you guys to, whoever redeems it, right, gets to describe the character, and I try to draw it in my art style based off the description alone. What I'm thinking of doing, what I'm planning to do, is to obviously continue doing that, but then I won't show the time lapse, but I'm thinking of actually drawing it now I know who the character is, right? If you know what I mean, and then show it to you guys. So okay, so I know that. So for example, like Mango's one was Connor from Detroit Becomes Human. So obviously, I was quite far off in my opinion. I think I gave myself like a 1.5 or 2 out of 5, right, or something, whatever it was, right? So I was thinking that okay, now I know that it's Connor. I'm gonna draw Connor now in as a BokuMARCho, right? But instead of showing the time lapse, I might just show the actual finished product. So when we do Evelyn's one, I'm gonna draw whatever. If I'm completely wrong, I'll just draw whatever Evelyn's character choice was, right? But then at the same time, is like, yeah, we're gonna do this from moving on forward. So this is what I did for the first 2 mystery characters, and then show Connor from Detroit Becomes Human, and then I forgot the other character's name that Connor picked. I think that's makes more sense to, because I feel like it's still, I haven't in my head, I haven't fully closed it off, wrapped things up. Sure, I noticed this character and I was wrong, but I feel like to get some closure or to wrap things up, if I draw the actual character at the end, so you guys can see what, how Connor would look like if I actually drew Connor, for example. That's what I'm thinking of doing. It won't be a priority request, so you won't get like a personal message and stuff like that. I will record the time lapse though. I mean, don't get me wrong, the time lapse will be recorded. It just won't be used for the mystery character video. It'll be used for the weekly BokuMARCho characters that are uploaded. Speaking of which, you can check the video out. I've just recently not recently, I recently uploaded Ezra's request, Columbina. So yeah, if you haven't checked that out, you can check that out in your free time. It should be in the pinned message. Yeah, they're not quite not quite right before, and then what it should look like at the end, so people can see the transition of the two. Because you just get that little wrapping things up closure, if you wanna call it that. I was thinking about that, but yeah, I never had a chance to do it yet because obviously I'm a bit preoccupied with the BokuMARCho stuff. But I will draw Connor and the other character that Connor said. But I'll put it in the Erilyn's video so people know that moving on forward, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we'll be doing. Aren't you doubling your work though? Oh no, no, it's fine, it's fine. I see it as weekly BokuMARCho anyway, if that makes sense. So in my library, I'm on 250 right now. I just add it onto that catalog, that library. So it's fine. It's not really doubling. Well, technically, I mean, like, I'll be drawing twice, sure, but I'm gonna be using time lapse for a video anyway. I'm using it as content for the weekly uploads. So it's fine. And sure, I'll show you the final output in the video, but I'll upload it onto social media much later on in 2 years' time or something like that, because the backlog is like at least 2 years at the moment. I don't know about the double the price though. I think it's still going to be the same. It's all about supply and demand, right? Simple supply and demand, and I don't know. I feel like not many people has been redeeming it. So I mean, I know your reason why, Erilyn, why you're not redeeming it. I understand and I appreciate. But yeah, the fact that there's not many people been redeeming it, so yeah, I'm just gonna keep the price it is. I'm not gonna increase it, even though it technically means I've got to draw twice, essentially. Right? But I'm okay. I do like drawing it, and I noticed that I haven't really been drawing characters that I like or I want. I've been drawing the priority requests, so it's always nice to draw something different, not just priority requests. Whether it's a character that I like or just something else. And I always like. It's like this is one thing I like about the BokuMARCho. This and same as a priority request. You guys suggest characters that I don't really think of or don't really know because I don't have that much exposure to it. So it's kind of cool. And same thing with the mystery character. If you guys suggest a character or describe a character that I didn't really think about drawing, it gives me excuse now to draw it because I'm going to be drawing what it's supposed to look like, or how it would look like in case people were curious. Oh, I wonder how this would look like as a BokuMARCho. We would never know from the first two video, right? But moving on forward, I would draw it so you guys can see what it would look like. The BokuMARCho. It was like a shower fall. But yeah, I can assure you for now, at least for the time being, anyways. Um, Prices are staying the same. Prices won't go up. Hopefully, in April, I think it'll be fixed. Now how everything is going up in April, I don't think I'm gonna be doing anything like that. I don't think there's gonna be any packflation. If there is gonna be a packflation, it doesn't have to be in April. It could be any time I want, but I don't think there will be any packflation. I don't think it's needed, warranted, justified at the moment. I was thinking of doing it just for meme's sake, but I don't know how well that would come off. So I decided not to. But you can clip it and quote me, you know, for the time being, no packflation. You guys are saved and spared. I don't know how many channel points you guys have. I imagine you guys got a fair bit anyway. Especially on this channel. Speaking of which, I've totally lost. I need to check my redemption thing. I don't know who's redeemed the ticket for the raffles system. If you sent it to me, then I'm sure I've got it. You know what? Let me. I think I have time. I've got plenty of time. Over in 2 hours. Let me check and see who I have right now, raffle ticket wise. Okay, so 26H1. I've got Mango, TTV, and Wowfask. I don't know if you requested it, Evelyn. If you did, then I guess I have to wait for you. Unless it's the same numbers, then I forgot to do that. Then I'll do that now. I've got to look for a while. Work is going to be rough. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Evelyn. Have a nice life. I'll DM you anyway when you DM me the description about the bingo. I don't want to scam anyone. But I believe the channel points thing will tell me. Because I can click on request completed and it's done. But I should have a record of who redeemed what, whether they've been done or not. Unless one of the mods have been clearing them up. But let's be real, lately I haven't really been needing a mod to come in and do stuff. Not in this channel anyway. People tend to be well behaved. Not too many shenanigans or menaces. The hair's done. Some of the art videos I've been watching, I've noticed that people don't label their layers, and I'm like, maybe because I work with so many layers. For me, I have to label them. If you are the type to merge your layers, then there's no need to label it, I guess, because you're working with not many. I mean, alternative, you can always press O, then click on it, and it will take you to that layer. That works. Okay. Trying to figure out. You can hold the button as well. If you hold circle, it will temporarily switch to the switch back. Oh right, I see. I didn't know that one. Didn't know that. That's good to know. Thanks. There's so many. I feel like there's so many useful features that I could see your pain. I'm having a look at my. Looks. You need to connect the head. Mhm. I think all those studies. I was thinking the other day. It's either yesterday or the other day that all these the studies that we've been doing with the holdings and hands and stuff like that, it's been proving dividends. I think I can see myself proving. Thank you for that. Yeah, it definitely helps over time. And I learned not to go too overboard with because even though realistically, remember that lady, I think it was in that dress of hers. There was so many folds, right? And I feel like sometimes it's even though it's realistic to draw that many folds, maybe it's better to draw a bit less. We don't need to go a bit too overboard. There's so many. As long as you just encapsulate the main ones, I think it's fine. Yeah. Oh, hi, Winter. I had no idea you were streaming. Hope stream went well. Was you streaming Final Fantasy 6 or was you doing something? Oh, Urban Myth Dissolution Center. Oh, I've never heard of that game. I'm guessing you finished Final Fantasy 6 then. Yeah, welcome, Raiders. If you don't know who I am, my name is Pacifist or Pack for short. This is my non-gaming channel where I predominantly do art streams. I do animation streams, video editing, and RPG Maker streams, but those have been wow. You could also call that an urban myth because it's been so long since I did any of those. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing okay. Oh, you finished Final Fantasy 6 yesterday. Nice, nice. How's that game? What's that game about? Urban myth. Hey, this is a lurk friendly channel, so feel free to lurk. Yeah, guys, if you don't know who Winter is a good friend of ours in the community. Really awesome guy. He does a bunch of varieties on his stream. He does like co-working stream or co-studying stream in that case where he's learning Japanese. He does reading streams. He's getting into reading streams and he plays video games as well. I'm a nice. I'm only Litterian, but it's about a paranormal investigation agency. Okay, that sounds something that maybe Monice would like. Bit too spoopy for me. But yeah, if you need to head off Winter and do some Asha stream care, then feel free to have a look. I know what it's like when you want to raid someone. Thank you for entrusting me with your community. Hopefully they'll be in good hands. I thought about reading streams as well. To improve my reading. And you never know, I may give voices to certain characters. No promises though. Speaking of reading streams, I actually did a bit of reading during the co-working part stream. Oh, nice. But to be honest, the thing I was reading is so I didn't want to read it out loud. Fair, 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 fair. Oh, you got Ohana's emotes. I used to watch Ohana a fair bit. I still follow her, but I haven't had a chance to chill in her streams. Is she still doing like music stream from time to time? And I don't know if she's still in the EU or not, because I think she was in the Netherlands for a while. I don't know if she still is. I recognized the emote when I saw it because what's his name? Metro also watches. Oh, she moved to Japan back a while back ago. Okay, okay. That shows you how much I've been into a stream. I didn't know she's back. I had a feeling she might be back in Japan. But I wasn't too sure. That's my problem. I had an idea to read on stream, but would probably have to go with a public domain works, and most of them are so old. Everyone has read them anyway. Oh, that's not me, Manice. I don't read, but I know what you mean. I will have to go through that as well. Yeah, because I think ideally, I mean, trying to schedule because of everyone's availability and whatnot is going to be tough. But if there's a book where it's more likely going to be like a visual novel than a book, right? Than a light novel or a book. But you know how sometimes where like just say there was Alan, Bob, and Charlie, A, B, and C, they're talking, and you know when in the quotes you can they're actually talking in the book. That's when we could read that part ourselves, like you would in a visual novel. You know when a certain character's dialogue, that's when they come in and read. That'd be cool to do, but that would mean that you have to align with everyone's availabilities. Like for us, for example, it wouldn't be ideal because like I'm in EU, Winter's in Australia, and you're in NA. It's gonna be so hard to find a time where everyone's free to do it. It would have been cool. Yeah, I've been following her since early COVID. I'm pretty sure I'm the one who introduced her channel. Oh, I knew her not from Johnny. I knew her separate from Johnny. I knew her from Sing Sing. Because Sing Sing used to play with her Dota with her, right? So that's how I knew her. I knew her not from music, outside music. I don't know how long ago she's been playing Dota. Maybe it was during COVID. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Yeah, from Sing Sing. Yeah. 'Cause she used to play with him as well. She was an Ogre Magi spammer. She used to play Ogre Magi a lot. And Jakiro. Yeah, Lich too. Yeah, and Lich. Yeah, and Lich. Yeah, she would spam those few supports and Line from time to time. I think she played Line from time to time as well. But yeah, I knew her from thing. Yeah, I don't think she plays these days as well. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame her. You know what Dota's like these days, especially the community, especially chat, constantly backseating, telling you what to do. Um, yeah, maybe as well, because like I think in Japan, in JP, I don't know how many Japanese people play Dota. I imagine not many. Because I had no idea why she was in EU, but I guess when she was in EU, she had more people to play with. I guess because of time zone and stuff, and ping as well. Ping is always an issue, right? And I feel like most of the Dota, unless you're people like Gork or whatever, most Dota streamers that I watch, they don't always play Dota these days. It's like on and off. Like certain patches that are fun, they'll play, and certain patches not so fun, they don't play. Which is fair enough. I get that. Oh, she lived with Sing. Okay. Yeah, League is more popular in Japan as well. Because I remember the only thing I knew about about Dota in Japan was the Madara couple, what it's called, right? And I remember that they even did the tournament there, and I think Was it Sing or a few others that went over there as well to support the scene? And it wasn't really existent. And I used to play on Japanese server, and the thing is that this funny thing is that people playing on JP server weren't even Japanese. They were speaking in Tagalog, so they were like Filipinos and probably some Chinese people there as well playing. Oh, sorry. Let me find it for you. Was it a girl singing? If it was a girl singing, then it might be this song, Manos. I'm just copying and pasting it from the thing. That's what it said. So maybe you can copy paste that into. Oh, it was a guy. I don't know. Maybe Dana Kim is a guy. Kill a guy. I don't know. Try that song. If it's not that song, you know what? Fuck it. Let me go back. I'm listening to a playlist. So this song was actually 5 minutes ago. So I don't know if it's this one or not. If it, we'll see if it gets covered or not. If it replays it or not. Okay. Okay. Cool. The guitar line is so nice. I see. I see. I see. She was in the EU to live with Sing. Yeah, I had no idea. I had a suspicion that maybe she was living with Sing Sing, but I wasn't too sure. You mentioned the other day that PoE is her main game these days. Our Path Exiles is. I heard it's fun, but I couldn't get into it because the skill tree was too overwhelming for me. Tea Leaf's husband was telling me that it looks overwhelming, but it's not that bad. People just see so many like trees and branches that it puts them off, which he can understand. But he said that it's not that bad. I remember him telling me that. But yeah, I never really got into Path of Exile. Yeah, my impression is that most of the people on the JP servers are from China or C. Yeah, I think so as well. I believe that. Yeah, I can see that. Not too happy with it. Not later. But the arm's gonna cover. Hey, Crad. Oh yeah, I was thinking about you, Crad, as well. I remember the lines thing. Crad, could you do me a favor? Let me. Could you when you're free, don't it doesn't have to be now. When you're free, Crad, can you do something like this for me? Could you go into your critter and just draw 3 random lines? Like it doesn't have to look like this. It could be anything. Any random lines. Can you draw me 3 random lines and send me the PNG? Is that okay? Something like that. Any 3 random lines. Just let your mind go crazy or whatever. Can you draw 3 random lines in your spare time on critter and send it to me on Discord? Is that okay? Hi, Chelsea. Now I'm gonna overthink it. Come on, Crad, please. Is that the Twitch BokuMARCho? No, you Chelsea. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Do I have to keep my pinky up in the air as well? If you want to keep your pinky up in the air, then sure. No need to. Because I was just thinking, who draws in the community, art community? It's because Mango redeemed recently the mystery character, so I figured that it might be too soon to promote his channel again. That's why I'm giving like a couple of months break, then I can go to and I'll promote. I could also ask Liz as well. I can ask Liz next month after Crad. I'll show me 3 lines. I was gonna ask Sushi, but I'm doing Sushi's VTuber Friday for April. But again, it'll be too soon to promote her channel. So yeah, but I think it'll be yeah, Crab for April, Bliss for May, Mango for June, and then Sushi for July. Assuming no one redeems it. Like. Oh, Sushi! Hi, Sushi. What are you doing here? I forgot there's a time zones change, so yeah, it's early for you. Sushi, I know. Yeah, I summoned her. I know. I was just drawing. I was asking for like drawing some lines. If people can draw lines for me, random lines, and I could make something out from it. So for example, for those who haven't watched the YouTube video, let me try and find it for you. Project. Yes. So for example, Hussein, aka Ghazi, he drew 3 lines. This was the 3 lines that he drew for me, and I transformed that. You know what? I could just play the video. Where's the time lapse? Is it? Yeah. So he drew this line. Oh shit! I can't show you it because I'm recording. Fuck. Yeah, he drew this line, and it end up with that line. I end up getting this. So went from this line. I think I rotated it. I rotated it, and then it turned out to be that. I got Bulbasaur, and it's a monthly project. I do every month. The first one was who did the first one? Lex. Lex did the first one. Second one was Hussein, and then I want Crad to provide me the lines for the third one. Fourth one will be Liz. I guess the fifth one will be Mango, and then the sixth one could be Sushi. I could ask other people as well, like Nai or whatever, but maybe not Nai because Nai is gonna be May VTuber Friday. Maybe not Nai. It'd be too soon to Nai to draw some lines. But yeah, I could ask AZ as well. Like I could ask AZ to draw some lines while she's streaming drawing. I can ask her during her break, quote unquote break, could you just draw 3 lines and scribble lines and. You don't have to do it today, Cred. Like whenever you're free. Oh, you've been lurking. Okay, I hope you're doing well. I've been lurking in your stream as well. Not yesterday though. I didn't know. I don't know if you streamed yesterday or not, but I didn't lurk yesterday. I went to bed really early. I was feeling so tired yesterday that I decided to go to bed early. I said bed early, but it was like 12 something. It was definitely before 1 o'clock. Yeah, but I hope everyone's doing okay. Yeah, but don't expect it to be that amazing. Like I happened to was in a zone when I did it. Like the first one was Lex's one. So Lex gave me these lines. He gave me 3 crazy lines. You should see Mango's version of this was really good. So this was his lines, and this is what it ended up looking like. Marbles on stream. So yeah, he gave me this. I again, I think I rotated it. Oh, how do you rotate this? Yes, I rotated it, and then I end up having no, I didn't rotate it. I didn't rotate it, and it end up with that. The red lines is basically his original lines. The black lines are the one I drew extra. Yeah, so we did that marbles on stream. It's fun to do. Yeah, it depends if you want to, go crazy with the lines or not crazy with the lines. I let you decide if you want to draw simple lines or intense lines. And everyone's more than welcome to join in if they want to like partake in it. It's like I got sent back to gifted class. Sorry, what do you mean by that, Chelsea? Gifted class. Oh shit, what happened? Oh shit, what happened? Fuck. I accidentally opened up Outlook. I don't know the shortkey for it, but I accidentally opened up Outlook. Oh, you got a project now. Okay. Already that. It's got the legs and shoes to do. What the hell happened to her legs? It's gonna be in a time lapse. As kids, we had to take tests in primary to see if we qualified to be placed higher in education learning. Oh, really? Oh, yes. That's we had something like that as well, but not quite the same. Hi, Wonderfell. Hi, El. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I think for us it's like in year 9. So how old were we in year 9? I think we were about 14, 15 years old. When we were 14, 15 years old, we had like the SATs that we did, right? And I guess the SATs kind of determines our level. And from that the teacher can or the school can deduce whether what tier should we be, whether we be thrown in the foundation tier, the intermediate tier, or the higher tier. And if you did well in your SATs, then you'll be placed in the higher tier. So basically you'll be pulled with quote unquote smart kids. The fact that I was in the higher tier, I put quote unquote loosely because I end up being the high tier for everything. I still remember for French, I had a choice. The French teacher said to me, said, "I'll pack. Do you want to do for your GCSEs? Do you want to do foundation or do you want higher tier?" And she said, "Oh, if you do foundation, the highest you can get is a C grade, and I know you're definitely going to get you're definitely going to get a C grade." And then she said, "For higher tier, you can get an A star." And then she was saying, "Oh, but you'll definitely you can also fail though if you score poorly." But she's like, "You don't have to worry about failing because I know you're going to get at least a C." So no matter whether you go with foundation or higher tier, you're definitely going to get at least a C. Come out with a C. It just depends on what you want to try and go for a B or an A or just settle for a C and just like have it easy life. And she said, "Oh, you can decide. You've got like a week to decide." And I literally and my oral exam, like literally the day before my oral exam, I could decide what I wanted to do, be tested for the higher tier or be tested for the foundation tier. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was gonna do the foundation too. You know, I was like, fuck it, let's make her life easy. Like, why stress about something where I can just get a C and be done with it? But I don't know. I don't know what came to my mind. But the day before my oral exam, I was like, I went up to the teacher. I was like, fuck it, just put me in higher tier. And she's like, hey, good on you. And she said, good luck. And then I did the oral exam. It was it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. I remember like listening and stuff like that, and listening to like a cassette tape, and the lady was speaking in French, and whew, it wasn't easy. I can't even listen to people in English, let alone in French and another foreign language. But yeah, it wasn't easy. But I ended up getting a B, which I'm a bit upset, but B is okay. B is okay. Especially in year 9, the end of year exams. I remember I got the highest in the school, so I beat all the French speaking kids. I was like, get fucking shit on, kid. Get mierda on, kid. Kekachi. But yeah, I just didn't do well in the GCSEs. Maybe it was the pressure that got to me. I don't know. Yeah, I do terribly with the oral part. Yeah, oral is I don't know. Speaking as well. I remember yeah, the teacher's not allowed to, because everything's recorded, right? The teacher's not allowed to help. I remember yeah, the teacher behind the camera, like, you know, like when I was like I remember her expression changed every time I was speaking, because whether I think she was like smiling when I was saying something, answering correctly, and then when I was answering something, or when I was stuttering, I could see her facial expression changing, like, oh, this is bad. So then I had to like think on the spot to change my answer midway and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't do well in tests as well. I feel like I've never been a fan of tests, exams. I understand that it's a filtering process, but I just don't like the idea, the notion of you study for a year, each year you study for a year, and then you got a bunch of exams to do, and that would technically dictate your future. Like I said, I understand it's a filtering process. You need to filter the highly academic kids to the not so highly academic kids. I understand that, but just like you can have a bad day, an off day, which happens very frequently for me, and that would it kind of like dictates your future, right? Because like I said, I had some off days in my biology and chemistry exams in A levels, and because of those off days, there was no way I could study medicine. But I had to change my career right away. I couldn't become a doctor because I did mess up my chemistry exams. I still remember, like, I still remember that I just realized the soles for this shoe is completely different to that shoe. What am I doing? Um, what was I saying? My chemistry exam, like all my mocks and stuff like that, I was getting A's and stuff like that. Right? I remember I did the exams. I don't know about you guys. I'm one of those kids who calculates how many points marks he probably got at least, or roughly, before I leave the exam hall. Because you know when some people they finish early, they leave, right? With me, I sit there and I just wait until get told to leave, and I try to calculate. I'll calculate how many points I've got, my score and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys do that. And I remember I was calculating one of my chemistry exams. I was like, okay, I think it was like 82 or 86%, which is an A, right? I said, okay, so I think I got an A. I remember like at the end, you know how we weren't allowed to talk, right? But for the chemistry exams, we were allowed a calculator. So I remember I was calculating to my friend, punched in the calculator 86% or 82. I think it was 86. I punched in my calculator 86 to show them that I think I got 86%, roughly, give or take. Right? Come final results day. You know what? I got fucking I can't remember how much I got, like 16 or 38%. I was like, what the fuck? How did it go from like 86 to like 16 or 38%, which is a fail? It's a U. I failed it. I was like, how the fuck did I fail the exam? I thought it was alright. I thought it was easy. Right? Even my professor, my lecturer was like, Pack, how the fuck did you fail this exam? I was like, I don't know as well. Like he said, he went over the paper. He said, "What did you write?" I said, "This." He said, "That's right." I answered every single question. He was like, "That's pretty much right." So he was like, "How the fuck did you fail?" I was like, "I don't know as well." Like even the lecturer went over the exam paper with me. He said, "What did you write?" I said, "I told him the answer what I wrote." He was like, "That's right," and he was like, "How the fuck did you fail?" I don't know how I failed. So what he think is that maybe the marker who marked my paper must have had like a really bad day or wasn't really happy or whatever, and he was harsh on my paper. And I think what happened was like he said that it's possible that if you write over the allotted lines, he said depending on the examiner, because normally the exam the vigilation, the examining boards, they give you the more than necessary lines to finish to answer in, right? And there are some times where I kind of like over explained things. So I did basically did the Genshin Impact. So what should be 2 lines, I did 10 lines, right? And I went over the lines, and he said it could be possible that you got 0 marks for that, and he reckons that's probably it then, because I over explained. I did a whole verse in my exam. Yeah, because to this very day, I'm still confused. I could have paid money to get re-examined or to get my paper back and see what they said. But me being Asian, I'm cheaper. I was like, fuck that. I'm not paying money to get my paper back to see what the examiner wrote and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm still surprised that I failed that exam. Speaking of vain, I remember I failed my mechanics exam as well, my M1 exam. I think yeah, it was M1. I remember there was so much pressure for me to like smack that at the park, right? Hit that at the park because I remember that I looked at the read. I knew I failed already because the moment the approach I went into it was so negative. I was like, when are the retakes? I was like, what dates are the retakes, right? I shouldn't think about retake. Retakes basically mean you failed or you did badly that you want to resit the paper again. I was looking at dates for the retakes, for the retries, and I shouldn't have done that. I found out the day of the retakes. It was my 18th birthday. So if I failed or do poorly in the exam, I have to retake on my 18th birthday. I was like, "Fuck this shit." I thought that would give me motivation to do well. I sat the paper. I knew I bombed. It was too hard. I was never good at mechanics. I was like, yeah, this was so shit. I was like, oh well. Looks like I'm retaking on my birthday. And when I got the results, I think I got like 40, which is like an E or whatever, an E or whatever. Yeah. So suffice to say, I had to retake on my 18th birthday. I was not happy, but it is what it is. It was hard. It was hard. I've never been good at mechanics, mechanical maths, mechanic maths. Mechanics was too tough for me. It's basically physics, right? And I was never good at physics. But yeah, I think it's dumb as well. But that's just me. But that's what the lecturer thinks as well. Either I don't know why I got marked harshly. To be honest, I still don't know. But my professor, he my lecturer, he predicted my grades like to get an A, but I got a U, which is a fail. Well, for that exam, I think I got overall. It pulled down my average. I didn't do well in my first year of chemistry. I bombed a lot. I think it's because I over-explained. I think I genuinely think it's I over-explained. I think I got like an E overall. No, no, C. Sorry, C overall. I'm talking about E. I got C overall, and that U like brought down my average grades. But I could have retook it and get a higher grade, but it was too late. It was done and dusted. Like I said, how things work when I was still a student. I don't know if things have changed later on. Is that if you're applying for medicine or Oxford and Cambridge, you have to submit your application form early. So when other universities receive your application early, they know if you're not applying for medicine, they know you've applied for Oxbridge, whether Oxford or Cambridge or both. I don't know if you can apply for both, but yeah, you applied for Oxbridge. And to apply for medicine, one of the criteria is basically you need to not retake any of your first years of college, your AS levels. If you retake any, then it's a no. You could kiss your chance goodbye. And yeah, when I knew I had to retake the chemistry one if I wanted a better grade, I could kiss my chance of goodbye of studying medicine. So I was like, okay, I can't do medicine. What's plan B? The only thing I'm good at is maths, so and statistics. So I was like, okay, let's do a maths degree instead. And here we are with a maths degree, and here I am streaming art with my maths degree. That is strict, yeah. Like I said, the professor reckoned that it could be the marker. The marker could have a bad day, and they probably decided, you know what? Yeah, screw this kid. We gave him 5 lines, 6 lines, and he's written 10 lines. Obviously, he doesn't know how to summarize things or answer it correctly. Let's screw him over. Which is funny because, like, in university, my maths lecturers, they were like, if you don't know, even if you got the answer wrong, or even if you run out of time. I mean, I still remember the lecturer said that if you run out of time, rather than keeping it blank, because if you keep it blank, you get a 0, right? They said that what's better for you to do is to outline the steps, use the theories, just demonstrate your knowledge that you know how to answer this question, but you just don't have enough question. I still remember that one of my exams, I think with half an hour to spare, I knew that it was impossible to answer all the question. It was like, I don't know, don't quote me. It was like I was like 2/3 of the way of the paper through the paper, and I had like half an hour left. It was a 3-hour paper, so in 2.5 hours, I only did 2/3 of the paper, which means that by just like linear interpolation and stuff like that, there's no way I'm gonna finish the paper. And usually the harder questions, the bulk of the questions normally at the end, and they tend to be harder, right? So with 30 minutes left, there's no way I can go through the final third of the paper. So that's my side. That's on my part for mismanaging the time allocation. Probably should have answered the last questions first, but it is what it is. I think by default, my brain normally does the first question first, and then you work your way towards the end. Whereas in reality, I probably should have done the last questions first and work away forwards. So I do tackle the hard questions first, but then slowly go towards the easy one. But sometimes it can be like momentum and psychological. Because if you do the easier question, you'd be like, yes, you get the ball rolling. You're like, yes, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling myself. The vibe's good, right? Whereas if you do the hard question first and you're stuck, you're like, fuck, it's Jova. Fuck it, I'm walking out now, you know? So that's why I like to go first from like big question 1 to question 10 or whatever. But yeah, the harder question, more bulk of the points and marks are towards the end. I realized that I didn't have enough time, so I did what my lecturer said. So I said that I wrote the first line. I write, I can't do this question because I'm out of time. This is how I'm gonna do it. Use X, Y, just like, you know, whatever the numbers, the equations, stuff like that. I'm like, using this, I do this, using this theory, this law, this equation, I'll use this equation. I basically was outlining the whole algorithm, the step by step how to do it. I'll use this algorithm. I'll use substitution by parts or whatever, you know. I'll integrate this, whatever the answer from this integral thing. I'll use that, plug it in here, bam, bish, bosh, bam, done. This is the answer. Will be the answer, and like I'll show them how to prove it as well. I'll do the proof by this, outline all the algorithm, the steps and stuff like that, and then by the end I should have proved that by, you know, proved by this, you know, by whether it's elimination or process of elimination, by induction or whatever, substitution, transitivity, whatever it is. I can't remember all the proofs. Whether the proof is by this proof, this is how I done it. At least I demonstrated the marker that I know how to do it. I just ran out of time. So that's what I did with the final third, and I end up getting an A. So I must have scored, either I scored all the marks in the first few questions, the first 2/3 of the questions of the paper, or the final third of the paper, even though I didn't get full marks for each question because I didn't technically answer it. But I did answer it, but I didn't get the actual answer, the final outcome. I just outlined the process. I think the marker realized that, okay, this kid knows what he's doing. He's just got shit time management. Poor time management. He ran out of time, but he knows what he's doing. So they might give me like, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of the mark or half marks. So if it's like a 20-mark question, they might have given me 10 marks. Because at least I showed them that I demonstrated to them I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm doing. You know? That's what I think anyways. So yeah. If anyone's still in uni, I don't know if uni still do that, but yeah, my recommendation is you run out of time, do something like that. And I think it will come in handy. if anyone's still in education. I feel like the average age in my streams, they tend to. I feel like on average, most of us are in our 30s, if not higher. But yeah, unfortunately, you can't do something like that in chemistry, though. Knowing me, I'll probably do the outlines and outsteps over the lines anyway. I still get a 0. But yeah, fucking hell, I can't believe I got like 18, 16, 38% or whatever it was. So BS, but it is what it is. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Maybe I wouldn't have liked become a doctor. Maybe I would be a shitty doctor as well. Who knows? Who knows? So many ifs and buts. You guys would have called me Dr. Pack. I probably wouldn't be streaming right now, right? I'll be like Dak, just too busy. But yeah, I don't like going back to school thing. I just don't like the fact that your career, your future, is dictated by some exams. I still believe that practicals we should introduce practicals in exams if we can. And I remember in my former work employer, I told them in interviews, can we give them like assessments or like real life situations? Like, sure, they probably don't know how to answer it because they've never worked in the industry, but just get them to see if they can actually do it or how they're going to do it. I just want to see their approach, their methodology, like how they would do it. Right? It's like, for example, like how many buses does it take to stack on top of each other to match the same height as the Statue of Liberty, for example? Some people may know the answer already, but the chances of someone knowing the answer is going to be next to none, right? So at least you can like see their thought process. They'll be like, okay, so a bus in New York, or we're talking about a New York bus or a London bus. It depends on where you're from, right? So say you're from New York. How long is a New York bus? Say a New York bus is X meters. You guys don't use meters, right? X freedom units long, right? Assuming that we're stacking it vertically and not horizontally, it's X meters, X inches long, X freedom units long, the Statue of Liberty is this tall. Are we doing it from the tip of the torch or her crown? Like, ask all these questions, right? Because then at least someone who's interviewing you will know that you're actually thinking rather than plucking numbers out the air and say, yeah, I think it's 59, and stuff like that. That's what I used to do. But I used to tell them to do that, and they were like, okay, that's a good idea, especially for experienced hires. So basically who's been headhunted or whatever, being recruited as an experienced hire, I want them to actually do the job because I want to see if they can do it or not. Because you could be academically gifted, but you could be shit at the job, right? That's why I've never really been the one who's always like, oh yeah, you need to be really good, have good grades, and stuff like that. Because there's so many times we've recruited people who are really smart, book smart, but when it comes to working, they are so bad. They are so bad. They are so bad. Like, it's unbelievable. I'm not ambitious enough to be a doctor. Okay, I only pursued to be a doctor because family. The traditional, the stereotypical Asian family wanting you to become a doctor. My mom wanted me to become a doctor. I was like, okay, I'll try, mom. No promises. I'll try. But after I got my chemistry first year results, I bombed so hard. I was like, sorry, mom, your dreams of me becoming a doctor, not possible. So I had to come up with a plan B, which was maths. But yeah, I had that, pressure. I've told this story before as well, but I don't mind repeating it. I was never really the academic kid. I was never that smart compared to my siblings. I remember one time my mom was speaking to one of my relatives in Vietnam, and they were asking like questions about my brothers and sisters. So they were like saying, "Oh, how's my brother?" I heard he got straight A's in his A levels and stuff like that. Yeah, and I was like, "Yeah." My mom's like, "Yeah, yeah, he got straight A's. He's doing really well. He's in university. He's studying law and stuff like that, right?" And they was like, "Oh, that's great. That's great. How about the little one, which is my little sister, younger sister? So like, how's the little one? How's she doing?" And she was like, "Oh, she got really good grades in her GCSEs. She's going to a prestigious college, sixth form, where you need a high average to get in." and and they were like, "Oh, great! It looks like she's got a good future career ahead of her." And then obviously I was my mom was talking in the living room, and I was that upstairs in the balcony, the corridor area. I was going toilet, but I heard my mom talking and stuff like that, so I just stuck around, listening to them before I went to the toilet. And then they were asking about me. They was like, "Oh, how's Pac? Is he behaving?" When I heard that, I was like, "Oh my fucking god! Is this what my family, my relatives think of me? Like, is he behaving?" Not even asking how I'm doing academically. To be fair, I wasn't doing that great academically, but that's besides the point, right? Why are they asking whether I'm behaving or not, and not if I'm doing well in school? Like, they probably think I'm the troublemaker or I'm the fucking dumbass in the family. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is, you know. But jokes on them. I got the highest grades in university, so that's my flex. Like, I feel like I bloomed. I peaked much later than them. But yeah, yeah, my master degree isn't really being used either. Yeah, that's the thing. It's normally like that, right? Because you either take a different career path, or you just don't use them. Use it. Wait, how do you spell Scooby again? Scooby. Two O's, right? Scooby. To be fair, the career path that I went into, I did use maths, or more statistic than maths. I use statistics a lot, but now I don't use it at all. The only maths thing related, well, not even related, the only mathsy things that I do these days is using vectors. If we like vectors in school, right? This is a different type of vectors, but it's still vectors, right? This is the closest thing maths wise I'm touching is vectors. But yeah, that's pretty much done with. We're done with this. Oh, I nearly stretched it for 2 hours. Oh my gosh, I forgot to record. It's okay. I just used a fuck. Okay, let me just export this. I'll probably record anyways when I finish it off later. I thought I clicked on record though. Guess I didn't. I'm so forgetful these days. I'm losing my memory is so bad these days. Okay, so that's that. I'll record after I do all this. If hmm, yeah, I'm definitely getting old. I ain't gonna lie. We all are, yeah. I wanted to say that, but I wasn't sure if that was if you guys would have if you guys are still in denial. We're all going getting old at the same rate as well. But yeah, I don't mind streaming Zenizone Zero if you guys are up for me to stream Zenizone Zero. I can take you guys there. I can just raid myself and go live with some Zenizone Zero. But I could just end the stream and do the video editing and call it a day. That's completely fine. I don't know what you guys want. Want more content or we're done? Oh, it's been 5 years. Damn, that's oh, this channel or the other channel or both? Probably both, right? Time flies. Because I think this year I'll be an affiliate for 10 years. I've been streaming for more than 10 years, but affiliate wise, I've been an affiliate for 10 years this year. Me and Arya, we share the same affiliate date, so we'll both be 10 years on the same day. Oh, you just saw this one. I mean, I can see as well, right? I think I can see. August 2021. Damn. Yeah, I've been affiliate for 10 years. Well, gonna be affiliate for 10 years, but I've been live streaming for more than 10 years. I remember back then there wasn't an arch. There wasn't an art. Wait, you know what? Let me the time is still ticking, so let me just let me just move over to there so we can cancel the time. There we go. Yeah, the time's cancelled now. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I remember back then there wasn't an art tech category for streams. There wasn't an art category. So I used to stream in the category that I'm of the content that I was drawing. So I would draw, like, for example, Dota 2 characters on MS Paint. So I would always put myself in the Dota 2 category. But then later on, they introduced IRL art categories, music categories. So we had to move over to art, stuff like that. But I felt bad, like, but for a long time, I didn't put, even on this channel, like when I met you guys, early on when I met you guys, some of you guys may or may not remember, I would never put myself in a category. So I would stream, but I wouldn't put myself in the art category because I felt like not embarrassed, but I felt like compared myself to other streamers, art streamers out there, my art wasn't that great, and I felt like, I should have put myself in the art category because of them, right? Yeah, so I was stream without being in art, but then someone's like, well, told me that don't be silly, just put yourself in art, don't be silly. So then yeah, I was like, okay, I'll put myself in art. So yeah, and because of that, I've just kept myself in the art category. Still watching. Yeah, I'm lurking in sushi stream or VOD right now. Hopefully my streak will continue, but I'm worried that it might break. But it's fine if it's break. Yeah, I'm how many hours? I'm 2 hours in right now. I don't know what. Wait, you're speaking to Kavar right now. What are you doing? Is this an event or something? Why are you in Sumeru? I just realized. What are we doing in Sumeru? Are you doing an event or story or character story? Are you doing sign in second story? All right, I see, I see. Yeah, I kind of want to stream Zenizan Zero, if that's okay. Because I do want to stream AI again. But I wonder if people are going to be mad at me. Because they might not be in this channel. And if I stream on the other channel, people are going to be like, oh, my streak, my streak. But yeah, anyways, this is day 24, Scooby Doo. Actually, let me do a real quick. Let me go on YouTube real quick. Let me YouTube see how long the story is. If the story is 5 hours, then I think I do it in two streams. If it's 8 hours, I probably can just about do it in two streams. If it's like 12 hours, then I can't do it in two streams. ZZZ ZZZ 2.7 story. Okay. Wait, it's 3 hours. So someone did it in 3 hours. Yeah, three. Oh, it's 3 hours. Oh, I could do it in two streams. I don't need to go live today. Then I can finish it either tomorrow or I can do it Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, and then we could do AI Somnium File on Friday. Ah, it's fine. It's fine. It's a short. It looks like only 3 hours. There's only one kind of stream I know. Talking about the Undertaker at WrestleMania, get your minds out of the gut. Wait, what streak are we talking about? Undertaker? Oh, he's been in the WrestleMania every year. But yeah, if that's the case, because it's a short thing, I'll probably just call it then, guys. I'll probably raid someone if there is someone to raid. Anyone live? If not, I guess I could like color in stuff. Anyone live? Oh, PB stream. Oh, let's just stream in. Okay, Star Rail. PB's doing Neo 3. Okay, let's raid PB. It's been a while since we raid PB. Let's raid him. Probably just heard that. Oh, you mentioned watch streaks. Ah, right. I see. I see. Yeah, I'm worried that people might get mad at me because I've ruined their watch streaks. So yeah, let's raid PB if you haven't already. If you don't know him, he's a good friend of ours in the community. He's our friendliest owl. He's a variety streamer. So variety game streamer. He streams all kinds of games. So yeah, let's show him some love. Be nice if you can join the raid. If you can't, that's completely fine. Feel free to follow my socials if you haven't already. Discord is when I notify people when I go live, and I tend to post my schedules on Sundays. Next stream will be tomorrow, where we'll be doing some Zenizone Zero 2.7 story in the afternoon. Hopefully, I can finish it in one stream. If not, then it'll probably take me 2 hours, 2 streams. But yeah, I'll go live after I do the daily art stuff, BokuMARCho stuff. So yeah, so thank you for watching, guys. Thank you, Winter, for the raid. Thank you, Erilyn, for the resub. But yeah, let's head over to PB now. In terms of raid message, use the first raid message if you're sub to the other channel. Use the second raid message if you're sub to this channel. Third raid message if you're sub to another channel. And fourth is a flex if you're sub to both channels. So yeah, let's head over now and show the owl some love. And as always, guys, wherever you guys are, take care, be well, be safe.